Hey, yo, what is good, guys? It's your boy Persona of Gaming with Persona, host of When Persona Speaks, host of When Persona Interviews, and one half of the host of What's Up PlayStation podcast every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. And yo, man, I'm doing a quick, man, listen, I know this ain't my usual time. What is this, 8:30 at night? What the hell is going on around here? Listen, man, I was sitting here because I wasn't really able to post on Twitter too much today. I've seen a couple crazy things on Twitter. Plus, I don't know if I told you guys, man, but I go back into the office now like 2-3 days a week now. 2 days a week. 2 days a week. So like today was one of my in-office days. So I got home kind of late, and because I wanted to do a show today, but I was going to push it to tomorrow. And no bullshit, I might even still do a show. I most likely will do a show tomorrow as well, but at my normal time, because I'll be working from home. But I was sitting here, I was like, yo, man, I think I'm gonna do a show, man. A quick little impromptu show. You get what I'm saying? So I know it might not be, too many people might not come through, which is fine. But I wanted to, chop it up with you guys, man, and give my thoughts on some stuff, man. Let me shout out everybody in the chat real quick. Yo, Wolfflow in the building. Wolfflow, what's good with you, man? Yo, King Queso, how you feeling today, bro, man? Appreciate you coming through. Let me know if I'm clear too. Let me know how the sound is, guys. Is it good? Is it loud? Is it low? Is it too much? Let me know in the chat. Yo, Omar, what's going on with you, bro, man? Appreciate you, man. Yo, Philip Sin in the building. Philip, how you feeling today? Plus Ultra, what's good with you, bro? Star Guardian in the building. Star Guardian, appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, man. Yo, Kakarot the 6th, what's going on, man? Appreciate you. Shout out to Cali Kids too, man. Appreciate you, man. Cali Kids, this is his first time being able to catch the show live. So shout out to you, man. I hope you do enjoy the show. Appreciate you supporting, man. No doubt. I might actually get like a different demographic of audience tonight for people that subscribe to the channel and support the content, because I know a lot of people work and they got kids and families or different time zones and all that good stuff. So I think a lot of my other time zone supporters might be coming through to the chat tonight to be able to catch it live. So that's a good thing, right? It's always a good thing. But all right, let's get into it, because let's start off with what we normally start off with, guys.
I'm a PlayStation fan too.
I'm a PlayStation fan too, and we can't forget about the
Back my time. I got a wife and kids.
we got a good shout out to the Respect My Time crew. Where's my millennials at, man? Where's my millennials?
You're a millennial piece of shit.
Whoa.
Hey, shout out to my millennials, my warriors in the building. Shout out to the members of the channel. Appreciate y'all. Who else, man? The It's Great for Gamers
This
crew.
is great for gamers.
Shout out to It's Great for Gamers crew. Appreciate y'all so much. We can't forget about the gaming politicians.
Oh no, Persona. We most definitely can't forget about the gaming politicians of the gaming community. Shout out to the gaming politicians. This is Mr. Gaming Politician here. Appreciate you.
So shout out to everybody, man. Appreciate y'all. So listen, man, y'all see the title. How does gaming journalism impact gaming? So listen, the reason why I wanted to talk about this is actually because I saw a tweet today. I saw a couple of tweets. Listen, I seen a lot. I couldn't respond to everything because I couldn't really respond to everything because a lot of things are going on at work right now. I got a lot of projects, a lot of deadlines and things like that. So I was in like a lot of meetings today, right? But I seen it. I seen it. Oh yes, we saw it. Right? Callie said, always a good show. Do what you do. Appreciate you, Callie, man. Thank you for supporting, man. Honestly, I really appreciate you. Thank you. All right. So, I seen a couple tweets, man, and one tweet kind of jumped out at me. It jumped out at my soul. You get what I'm saying? It jumped out at my soul. I felt it in the diaphragm, in the pit of my stomach. I felt it because I was sitting there, I was reading, and I'm like, yo, what the hell is going on in this community? Listen, guys, we talk about this a lot on the channel, guys. Fox, man, appreciate you, bro. What's good, man? We talk about this a lot on the channel, right? When it comes to gaming, when it comes to gaming integrity, especially when we talk in journalism and things like that, you guys know how I feel about people that do shitty journalism, right? We see a lot of these clickbait articles and a lot of journalists that aren't really too well versed in the things that they're writing about, right? That's always been something that kind of bugged me out when it comes to the gaming industry, because we've talked about this in the past where I compare gaming journalism to the McDonald's of gaming, right? And the reason why I say McDonald's is because, let's think back, and you can even say movie theater, whatever, right? I use McDonald's because I think for a lot of us, McDonald's is that entry level job that I think a lot of us had as kids, right? Like for me, well, I'm lying. My first job as a kid was working at a movie theater, but I think McDonald's or like a fast food place would be more of a relatable metaphor. You get what I'm saying? But the reason why I call it the reason why I call game journalism the McDonald's of the journalistic world is because they're really the barrier of entry for game journalism is next to nothing. Like any one of you watching this show, either live or watching it later, any one of you can go right now, start a website, call it whatever you want. You could call it ilovevideogames.com, whatever, right? If one of y'all do make that website, make sure you credit me, right? Because I was the one that said it here. ilovevideogames.com. Make sure you credit me when you get famous. I want my 10%, right? But you can go make a website like ilovevideogames.com, right? And you can start writing articles like that, and that's it. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, it really is that simple. It really is that easy. That barrier of entry when it comes to getting into game journalism is easy. And really, especially with the in the day of internet, right? In the internet age, it really is easy with a lot of different things, right? Like, you can go on Instagram and start a business. You can start a business online on the internet. You can get famous online. Shout out to Supreme Dream. He met LeBron and all this stuff. This is from him This is from him, like, you know, making funny videos online. Oh, shout out to my boy Philip Sin, man. I appreciate you, bro. Joining that great Warriors, man. I appreciate you, man. A new one joins the ranks, guys. Shout out to you, Philip Sin. I appreciate you always, bro. So, you know, I think, you know, when it comes to, you know, like what you can do online, realistically, the barrier of entry is very small, right? Which, you know, that's fine. But when it comes to the integrity, when it comes to actually loving what you do, right? How many of us have worked at a job that we hate? How many of us have worked at a job that we were like, yo, man, I'm counting the days till I can't get out of here? Or you don't really care enough about the job to really want to put 110%, right? You know, I for those who don't know, like, you know, I work in IT. I love IT. I love, you know, working with computers and doing everything that I do. You get what I'm saying? I love that stuff, man. I love learning about that stuff. I love learning new things about, like, you know, cloud architectures and you know, different cybersecurity language, you know, all that different stuff that I'm doing now, you know, that's elevating my career, but it's also interesting for me to learn because I'm interested in that. Like, that's what I want to do for like the rest of my career, right? Like, you know, the way my career is growing in IT, the reason why it's grown to what it is now and what it'll grow into in the future is because I love my job. I love the work that I do. I'm building my career up through experience and through skills. But the reason why this is happening is because I love the work. I love the field that I'm in. You get what I'm saying, guys? The way I see some of like the articles that we see floating around, you know, Twitter and game journalism and how and listen, before I even continue this, let me throw the disclaimer out there because I know that there might be a journalist that watched, oh my God, Persona, you're so toxic. Listen, disclaimer is not all game journalists are like this. I want to put that, I want to stress that. It's not all of them, right? There's a lot of journalists out here that I really do respect. You know, shout out to my boy Chandler Wood from PlayStation's Lifestyle. Him and those guys and girls over there, you know, they do great work. Game Informer, Andrew Rayner, and that crew over there, like, you know, I have a lot of respect for them, and I enjoy watching their content and things like that as well. There's certain game websites and publications that I do respect. You know, shout out to Colin, even though Colin's not really a journalist, but, you know, when it comes to industry folk, you get what I'm saying? You know, kind of funny, even though they're not really journalists, but they do a lot of things they do a lot of things that revolve around the industry, right? They provide you news, they give you their thoughts and things. You know, there's a lot of people in the industry I really do respect, right? And for some of y'all may be like, well, you know, why do they care if you respect them or not? And realistically, none of these people really have to care because, you know, I'm just some gamer with, you know, almost 1,800 subscribers. They're just sitting here talking to you about gaming and game journalism at 8:45 at night. Like, who the fuck am I? You get what I'm saying? I ain't really nobody either. Like, you get what I'm saying? But, you know, at the same time, when it comes to not just me, but I'm talking to all of us right now, right? As much as people may like to say, oh, well, you know, they don't care what you think, they don't care what you say, then realistically, a lot of these people do care, because when you really think about it, when it comes to these sites and game journalism and things like that, they need you to click. They need you to click the website. They want that traffic, man. Why do you think we've been seeing this uptick of misleading titles when it comes to articles? Why do you think we've seen this uptick of fanboy articles, fanboy console war articles and titles and things like that? Because that's what gets the clicks. You get what I'm saying? Game journalism is about, right now, this is how I see it. And listen, I'm on the outside looking in, right? This is how I'm viewing it from my perspective, right? I'm not saying that this is definitive. If you agree with my perspective, then that's great. But what I'm saying is this is how I view it from what I see. Right? Shout out to everybody in the chat, by the way. Yo, Fleshy, what's good, man? About this topic, it's whatever to play games on easy. No one cares. But if you review a game on easy, you deserve listen, Fleshy, that's what I'm saying, right? Go play games on easy. Like, if that's what you're trying to do, fine. We're gonna talk about that too. We're gonna touch on that. Yo, Nelson Gaming, what's good, man? Appreciate you, man. Vedger, what's going on, man? I appreciate you, man. Viper in the building, man. I appreciate you, man. I care more about real gaming news than some old bullshit from journalists. Yo, real talk, man. Shout out to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all coming through. Like I said, I know this is a pretty late stream. I might get a different demographic of my subscribers tonight in the chat. But shout out to all of you that watch this either live or watch this later. I appreciate y'all always. So what I was saying, yeah. So, we see it in this uptick of fanboy articles and content that's being pushed from game journalism, right? They want the clicks. They want your clicks. They want those outrage clicks. They want people to talk about it. They want people to do podcasts about it. They want people to debate and troll, and they want that stuff because that's what generates the traffic. Let's be honest here, guys. When it comes to the integrity, I use that word so much because it really has a lot of meaning. It has a lot of value. When it comes to the integrity of gaming, that is something, again, for some, not all, for some, the integrity of gaming is lost within this industry because it's not about just gaming. It's about who can get the most clicks. It's about who can get the review out fastest. It's about who can generate the most traffic. It's not about really upholding the integrity. Yo, Javon, man, I appreciate you. He says, they say, the Game Pass ad revenue over integrity. Yo, facts. Yo, Kali Kid said, you can't blame the journalists entirely. Blame the people who just read the title and tweet it out. Kali, we gonna talk about that as well. I agree 100%. You're right, Kali, 100%. But as much as it's the fault of the person that's tweeting it out and not reading it, that's just ignorance, right? Matter of fact, let's tackle that right now. Someone that just tweets out something without reading the full article, that's ignorance. That's someone that's being stupid. That's ignorance. Like, straight up, that's ignorance. But someone that's creating that false narrative, who's really the bigger villain? You get what I'm saying? Who's really the bigger problem in that scenario? You get what I'm saying? Because, yeah, someone's tweeting this out and spreading more information, more misinformation, or whatever case may be. But who created that title? Who created that article? That's the source. Where is the source of the misleading information? Because the title is definitely what pulls a lot of people in. The title and maybe like a quick little excerpt, a quick little snippet of what the article is about, but no one's really reading the full article. But that title is what pulls people in. You got to go to the creator for something like that. Am I right or wrong? You got to go to the creator with that, because it's like, why word it in this way? And we all know why. Like, none of us are stupid, right? Like, we all know why it's worded in the way that it's worded. It's because they want that outraged tweet. They want that outraged retweet. They want that outraged click. That's what it's there for. But then it goes back to my question. How does gaming journalism impact gaming? How does gaming journalism impact gaming? Look at the gaming community now. And I'm speaking in terms of what we see on a combination of Twitter and YouTube. We see a lot of misinformation. We see a lot of half truths, or my truth, with all that bullshit that people like to use. But it's a lot of misinformation, a lot, right? And sometimes the misinformation is so convincing that when you do provide the actual truth, a lot of people don't believe it. That's how powerful game journalism and misleading or misinforming people, that's how powerful that stuff is. That's why like one of my biggest pet peeves, like, you guys know, misinformation is something that I truly can't stand it. It annoys the hell out of me, because That is what creates the ignorance. That is what creates the stupid people. That is what creates this stuff, right? And I'm talking on all sides, right? I'm not just talking about PlayStation. I'm not just talking about Xbox. I'm not just talking about, like, this is across the board, right? Because, you know, if you guys have been watching my show for a long time, you guys know I have no issue speaking on the L's of PlayStation, right? You guys know I prefer PlayStation. You know, we ain't got to go down that path. But when it comes to speaking on, like, you know, if PlayStation's doing something kind of messed up, if PlayStation's doing something I don't agree with, if PlayStation, like, I give you guys the whole story. I don't just give you the part that I want you to hear so that I can make my point more believable, whatever the case may be. No, I give you the entire story. I give you everything, and then I give you my thoughts on it, right? If you agree, you agree. If you don't, you don't. There has been many a times, especially at the closer to the beginning of this year, where I was talking about PlayStation, or I was talking about things that I didn't like with PlayStation, and a lot of you guys in the chat were different. You disagreed, rightfully so. One of the things I always say is, like, you know, when it comes to, like, my channel and my supporters and my community of supporters and the people that you know chill over here with me when I do shows or whatever, definitely disagree in the chat. Don't feel afraid to say, oh, Persona, I don't agree with you, or you know, whenever the chat want Craig to come through.
Persona, shut the fuck up.
Hey, listen, that button is there for the chat. Y'all already know, Persona, hit that button because I don't agree, which is cool. You get what I'm saying, guys? It's okay to disagree. I love it. I love it. Let's disagree, because that's what makes the gaming community so great, right? Is that we can all disagree, but then we can still come back together and talk gaming. Come back together and have a laugh. You get what I'm saying, guys? I want y'all to disagree if you disagree. If you agree, that's perfect as well, right? But definitely disagree. Definitely disagree. Yo, Eon, what's good, man? He said, yo, damn, YouTube ain't notified me. It's all good, Eon, man. You made it. That's all that matters, Eon. You made it, and I appreciate you for that. Wolflow says, I've lost mad respect for the gaming community. I'll always give you my own take and consider if I'm wrong. Of course, Wolflow, and listen, I appreciate you for that. You get what I'm saying? Like, definitely give your own take, definitely give your thoughts, because that's good. You know, like, you want people that think for themselves, right, and not just go with the flow. You get what I'm saying? When it comes to game journalism and what's been happening is there's a lot of misinformation being pushed out there, and you guys know I cannot stand misinformation. I can't stand it. It irks me, because this is what creates ignorance. Ignorant people, ignorant. Yo, Henry Heck, what's good, bro? I appreciate you, bro. This is what creates ignorant people, right? And when we talk about these ignorant people, right? Yeah, you know, people should know better, right? You know, when it comes to the ignorant people, they should definitely know better, right? I'm not gonna make any excuses for them, but like I said, we also have to look at the creator of that misinformation, the creator of that ignorance. How did this person get ignorant? There has to be a source. What is that source? That is what needs to be looked at. That is what needs to be fixed. It's the source. Yeah, the person's ignorant. They're saying stupid stuff on Twitter. Yeah, we'll make fun of them. Ha, ha, ha. Yes, but when it comes to the source, where does the source lie? And for a lot of this stuff, the source is the gaming journalism that's happening within this community. For a lot of this stuff, the game journalism, the articles that's getting pushed out, that is the source of the ignorance. So as a gaming community, we need to take a step back and kind of divert our attention to that source and say, all right, hey, what's up here? Right? And I'm not saying attack people, and I'm not saying, you know, oh, go attack this person. No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, if we want gaming to be, because, you know, a lot of us like to say, oh, you know, I miss the old school days of gaming. I miss Nintendo Power, and I miss this place and that place and this thing and that thing and that. You know, as much as people like to say that stuff, right? It's like, all right, we miss that stuff, but what exactly are people saying or doing to get that stuff back? Right? Are the right people being held accountable? Hold on. what is being done, you know, at the source. Yo, Issa, what's up, man? Appreciate you, bro. King Queso said, people too busy trying not to hurt feelings instead of speaking up. This is what I'm saying, bro. This is what I'm saying. We have to be able to speak on, just like how we, you know, people want to, oh, y'all know I'm a big proponent of keeping the same energy, right? A lot of people don't keep the same energy in this community. I love pointing that shit out because when I point it out, it's just funny because it gives, one of the biggest reasons why I like pointing out when people don't keep the same energy is because it gives validity to the things that I say, right? It gives validity. It gives validity to the things that I say all the time on my shows. Like, Persona's not just, you know, howling at the moon. Persona's not just making shit up as he go. No, these are things that I see. These are things that I observe. Keep the same energy. The same energy is never kept, right? And you know, the FIFA stuff is the perfect example. The whole Madden situation and all that stuff, right? That is the perfect example of a gaming community not keeping the same energy. Because when it's Ghost of Tsushima, when it's Ghost of Tsushima, it's an issue. The community's in an uproar. The community is, oh, this is wrong. Should you really be paying this much? You know, PlayStation 5 stands for the payers and all this stupid shit you see articles of, right? And you know why those articles are being made. Yo, Games for Eternity, what's good, bro? Appreciate you. You know why those articles are being made? Those articles are being made because it gets the fanboy wheels going. It gets the fanboy wheels going. It gets the traffic flowing. That's why that stuff's being made. But it also creates a lot of misinformation. It also creates a lot of ignorance. It also creates a lot of people who do not keep the same energy. Because again, Ghost of Tsushima, never mind the Iki Island expansion, never mind the director's cut upgrade, right? Let's toss that to the side, right? Because that's $20. I don't think anyone here is really going to complain about $20, right? With that, it's that PS5 upgrade that people just so happen to not. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how many of you watch like a ton of other podcasts. Yo, Juan Sosa Gaming, what's good, man? Appreciate you. Nelson, I think I said what's up to you. Yo, T-Mang in the building. Shout out to you, T-Mang. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Let me round of applause everybody one more time. Let me round of applause everybody one more time. Shout out to all of you, man. I appreciate you. I know this is an impromptu show, guys. I know. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it, man. Like I said, I might get a different demographic of people tonight, and that's perfect. I love it. Anyway, when it, you know, never mind the Iki Island expansion, right? That's $20. No one's complaining about getting more content out of that, right? Yo, Lay, what's good, bro? No one, you know, that's $20. It's the $10 upgrade that no one seems to understand. No one can seem to accept this. No one can seem to say, you know what? You know, Sucker Punch is going the extra mile to really provide us something of value. Going the extra mile to provide us something that's really dope, upgraded, and really gonna, you know, play well on the PlayStation 5, right? No one can understand that $10 upgrade. They're making excuses like, oh, well, Plague's Tale said that I get this for free, and why is this game doing it for free, and this game, and why does I have to pay? Like, you know, it's all these excuses, right? It's all these excuses. We fast forward to the FIFA stuff. Again, when it was Ghost of Tsushima, there was podcasts all over the place. This is wrong, and you shouldn't be doing this, and how could you, and I don't know, it's a ripoff, and all this stupid shit, right? But when it's FIFA, NBA, Madden, you know, all these different things, I'm not seeing nearly as many podcasts talking about this. I'm not seeing nearly as many podcasts of people confused and don't really understand why I gotta pay for the upgrades. Why do I gotta pay for the PlayStation 5 version? Blah blah. I don't see nearly as many people upset. You know what I do see? I see a lot of people blaming PlayStation for this. That's the ignorance. But game journalism plays a role in this because they push that agenda. Again, PlayStation for the payers. Again, PlayStation, another $70 game. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Who is again, guys, yes, when it comes to this community, there's a lot of ignorant people out here. There's a lot of people that don't know what they're talking about. There's a lot of people that are just spreading, just spreading ignorance all through and through. But look at the source. You have to look at the source with some of this stuff, because when you really kind of step back and look, why does that matter, right? Returnal is the perfect example. Why does the $70 price tag matter? Is it a good game, yes or no? Right? Ladies and gentlemen, if you were to come to me and say, hey, Persona, man, I see you playing that Returnal, man. How you feel about that game, man? Is it cool? Would you recommend it? And if I got on here and was like, yeah, man, listen, I'm loving Returnal, I'm having so much fun and all this stuff, despite it being $70, and I'm like, wait a second, back up. What does the price tag have to do with is the game fun? Are you enjoying the game? Is the game good? How does the price of the game factor into your enjoyment? But and I knew this was going to happen once the $70 stuff started raising up, that it was going to get like this, where people are tying the price of the game to if it's something they can enjoy or not. And we're talking like reviewers and some journalists and stuff. They're including that into their reviews. They're including that into if it's enjoyable or not. For $70, is it something I can recommend? I don't know. Maybe wait for a sale. Bro, what? Like, and the sad thing about this is a lot of people that really do read these reviews and use these reviews these sites have legit readers that do frequent their sites and read their reviews. Those people aren't in the know. And I'm not saying it's everyone, right? There's a lot of casuals or people that read these reviews that may read it and say, nah, the game looks too fun, I'm still gonna go play it. But the point is, this is what's being pushed out there. So then when you see Johnny Two Left Feet, shout out to Barry, when you see Johnny Two Left Feet, spreading how the game ain't worth 70 and all this bullshit, I mean, whose fault is that? Who is responsible for that ignorance? Who's responsible? Someone has to be responsible. It is the source. Who is the source? Who wrote the article? Again, I asked the question, how does gaming journalism impact gaming? Yo, Andre 6K, the real McCoy, what's good, bro? Callie said it's only cause PlayStation has been actually been giving you the bang for your buck, and it irks people when their preferred platform doesn't. Callie, that's a fact. That's another side of it. We gonna touch on that too. Shout out to Callie, man. Yo, Viper, man, I appreciate you, bro, for the $20 super chat, bro. He says, I used to watch Crap Gamer, MBG, Spawnwave, Digital Foundry, IGN, and BitCloud, in addition to Thrash, Sick, Bari, and PlayStation for new games, but realized quickly that the first half of this list wasn't fully honest. Oh, wow. Wow. Yo, Viper, man, I appreciate your support, man. I think some of those people on the list are some of the people on those lists are definitely, pretty cool people. But I do appreciate that you support me, man, and I really appreciate it, man. Thank you. Yo, Nassim, what's up, man? Mr. Flash, what's going on? He says it's all good. I bet Ghost DLC gonna sell like crazy. It's a loud minority of haters. That's a fact. Yo, Jeff, what's going on? Appreciate you, bro. Yo, Eon said price shouldn't matter. Just like you said, that's crazy that influencers use that to try to push Game Pass on others and then try and then get them to try it. Exactly. It's like if something is good, if something is truly good, and this is why PlayStation games are still selling, right? This is why PlayStation continues to break records. This is why, despite games being $70, and despite seeing people on Twitter and YouTube and making videos and all that stuff, despite them saying, using, oh, you know, it's $70, you should wait for a sale and all this, the games are still selling. Because what have I told you guys in the past? When it comes to something that's good, people will buy it. They don't care. Price does not matter. People will buy it. The price doesn't matter, especially if it's something of value. Something like a Spider-Man, right? When Spider-Man 2 comes out, I'm pretty sure that's going to be $70. Spider-Man 2, right? I'm pretty sure that's going to be $70. You think it, I'll ask you guys in the chat, because I know myself. $70, first off, $70 is not a big deal, but Spider-Man for $70, Spider-Man 2 with Venom and Miles and Peter and all that, yeah, sign me up. Put the pre-orders in the store right now. You can get the $70 right now, like right this second. Like right this second, we can get that 70. You can get that 70 off me. You feel me? For a lot of people in not just in this gaming community, but in the world, right? Because it doesn't just apply to gaming. This applies across multiple industries. This applies across a lot of things within this world. When it's something that you truly want, you'll buy it. You'll buy it. How many of us as kids, right? I remember when I was a kid, I begged my mom. I begged her. Like how old was I? Maybe 14, like 13 or 14. I begged my mother. I begged her for these. It was a pair of Jordans. They're pretty expensive too. They're like $300. My mother was like, hell no. That's a lot of money. To her, it wasn't worth it. I begged, mommy, please, mommy, please, I promise I'll do whatever you want. I love you, please, mommy, please. Mom's was like, nope, I ain't buying that shit for you. I asked my grandmother bought it for me, because, you know, Nana always gonna hold you down. Like, you feel me? Nana, you know, grandparents will always hold you. When mom says no, granny says yes. You get what I'm saying? But to you, if it's something that you truly want, the price don't matter. And yeah, I was a kid, so obviously I didn't understand the concept of, like, you know, value or money and all that stuff worth, but to me, it was worth it. So if me as a kid looking at something like that and saying, yo, I see a $300 price tag and I still want that, I still need to have that, what do you think someone that's a full-grown adult that has money, that works and can make their own choices and don't have to wait for other people, what the hell do you think they're gonna do? Especially if it's something that's really good, right? If it's something that you really want, right? You're gonna buy it. Regardless, you are going to buy it. That irks people. That makes them angry, because a lot of people, both gaming journalists and folks in the gaming community, they can't stand the fact that PlayStation could put a brand new IP like Returnal out for $70 and it sells. They can't stand the fact that Ratchet & Clank to get put out for $70 and sell and be one of the best games to release this year. They can't stand that, because it destroys their agenda of, oh, $70 games are bad. It destroys the agenda and the misinformation that this is not worth it. But see, here's the other side of it, right? When Ghost of Tsushima does come out and it's amazing, and it you know, everyone's posting screenshots and fight videos on their PS5s and showing how beautiful the game looks, showing how amazing Iki Island looks, and all these. When you see that flood, of people doing that, that is going to irk the hell out of people. And you know what? Some of the first articles you're going to see when Ghost of Tsushima releases, I'm willing to bet in the chat, right? I guarantee you, probably not the first day, but within that first week of Ghost of Tsushima releasing, I know an article that you guys are gonna see. You know, you wanna know what it is? You're gonna see an article of someone saying, here's how the title's gonna go. So we've played 10 hours of Ghost of Tsushima on the PlayStation 5. Here's what we think. Was the $10 upgrade worth it? We played 20 hours of Ghost of Tsushima PS5. Was the $10 upgrade worth it? Question mark. I guarantee you're gonna see an article like that. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Who want to take that bet? I guarantee you're gonna see an article like that, and I'm gonna retweet it. I'm gonna retweet it on Twitter. I'm gonna retweet it and be like, see guys, what I tell you. I told you they were gonna do an article like this. I told you. They gonna do an article like that. King Queso says, these journalists don't be gaming anymore. Not wanting games for real. All they want is PS1, PS2 demo disc. That's a fact. Nah, what it is they want everything for free. It's sad that devs be babying casuals and fake game reviewers like in Psychonauts 2. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that Psychonauts. Yo, Forget Me Not, what's good, bro? Gaming journalists, I can't talk. Gaming journalists losing credibility with every day that passes. That is a fact. Yo, Andre said, facts, bro. If I want something, fuck what the price is, I'ma buy it. Exactly. That's for a lot of people in this world. No real, and that's why I say, yo, Twitter is such a funny and entertaining place, but it's also kind of scary. Scary is not the right word, but misleading. Yeah, misleading. Twitter's a very funny and like entertaining place, right? Like, you know, it's definitely entertaining, but it's also very, very misleading, because for a lot of people, the shit that they say on Twitter, they don't even follow. Most of the shit that these people say on Twitter, they're not really living that type of lifestyle of, oh, I'm not buying this if it's 70, I'm not buying it if it's that, they're not doing that, right? But they're putting that shit on Twitter. Let me tell you something. A lot of people in this world don't give a damn about the $70 price tag. As much as they want to make you believe that that $70 price tag is a problem, it's not. It's not. It really is not, for a large percentage of people. Because if it was truly, and see, this is why I say, guys, this is why I say, like, I'm not just talking on my ass. Go look at the numbers. Go look at the sales of these games that are $70. Again, this is why I love numbers. This is why I love the facts, data, and statistics when it comes to this gaming stuff, right? Because it gives validity to the shit that I say. Right? I'm not just blowing smoke up your ass, man. Go look at the numbers. The numbers do not lie. People are in droves buying COD, buying 2K, buying FIFA, buying Madden, buying Spider-Man, buying Demon Souls, buying Returnal, buying Ratchet and Clank. Right? Whenever Horizon Forbidden West comes out, you best believe that's gonna be 70 on PS5. Buying Horizon Forbidden West, people are going out and buying it. The numbers say that. The facts, data, and statistics prove this. It's not just, oh, Persona, it's conspiracy theory, and Persona, you don't know what you're talking about. Persona, no, the facts, data, and statistics, the numbers, the tangible evidence, the things that most of these companies and people use to determine if the shit that they're doing is actually working. The facts, data, and statistics prove that no one gives a shit about the $7 price tag. It's only that small pocket of people on Twitter that, once again, even those people are buying those games. Even those people are buying into this. So then, who is it really a problem for? You get what I'm saying? But then you have to wonder, where is this ignorance coming from? Again, guys, look at the source. What is the source? All roads lead back to an article. Any type of ignorance that you see within this industry, within this community, on Twitter, YouTube, or whatever, all roads lead back to an article. When someone's talking about leaks and specs and this game having dev trouble and this getting bought and all the stupid shit, right? Oh, 70 games aren't this and that. And all roads lead back to an article. All roads. It's time to look at the source. Because all roads lead back to an article. All roads lead back to an article. What's going on here? Yo, Jeremy Shiner, what's up, man? What's up? Yo, Corey, what's good, man? Appreciate you, bro. Nah, Persona, it's gonna say, Forget Me Not said, nah, Persona, it's gonna say Ghost Director's Cut was great, but was it worth, was it worth X amount of dollars? Hey, yo, that's facts, though. Oh, man. Jeff said a lot of toxicity on Twitter. I agree. Yo, Link, what's good, man? Appreciate you, bro. It's me, baby. 80. What's up? Hey, guys, just finished Barry Comics, the movie stream. Yeah, shout out to my bro, Barry, man. He did his comics, the movies. I'm going to watch that later on tonight. I'm going to watch that before I go to bed. I'm going to check that out. But yo, you know, that's my thoughts on that, man. That's my thought. I'm here though. Respect my time. Oh, listen, it's me, baby.
Respect my time. I got a wife and kids.
Respect my time. I got a wife and kids. But yo, I'm gonna talk about this other thing too, man. Cause before I forget, cause I don't want to forget. I think I retweeted it. I did retweet it because Bari had I think had posted this, and then I had retweeted it. Oh, here we go. Shout out to my boy Bari, by the way. Shout out to my bro Bari. All right, so first off, yo, man, I think people had the right idea with blocking Xbox, because Xbox on some stupid shit, man. But the shit that they saying, like, I'm be honest with you guys. I don't know, like, who's running Xbox Twitter account, right? I don't know who's running that account. Let me turn down make sure the music is good. I don't know who's running Xbox Twitter account, but it's definitely a fucking casual. I'll tell you that right now. It's definitely a casual. But listen, so Xbox said beating the game on the lowest difficulty is still beating the game. Ayo. Ayo. Yo, is it me? Like, guys, let's keep it real. Is it me? Like, listen. I feel like, yo, when it comes to gaming, I feel like I'm a dinosaur. Cause like, some of this shit is like, it's taboo to say, like, yo, this shit is dumb, bro. Like, yo, when I think back to when I was a kid, bro, there's one game, when I think back to when I was a kid, one game that made me, that broke me. One game that broke me. And I think it broke a lot of us. Lion King. Lion King is a game that I never beat. That game broke me. It broke me. But thinking back, I still enjoyed my time with it. Keeping it a stack. I'm trying to think, have I ever played a game on easy? Like, just straight up, like, you know, trying, like, you know, I'm first time playing, not like, you know, if I'm doing trophy hunting or like trying to do some collectibles and shit, that's different. Like, you know, I'm definitely gonna play the game on easy real quick to get, you know, if I gotta get collectibles or something like that, just to make that easy, right? But like, you know, initially playing a game, like, you know, first time going through a story or going through a game, have I ever played a game on easy? No. I mean, it's so serious. No, I have never in my life, at least from what I can recall through my gaming life of 26 plus years, I have never played a game on easy, man. But when I think back to me as a kid and now, like, yo, this shit is so different, bro. And it throws me off because it's like, bro, beating a game on the lowest difficulty is still beating a game. What the fuck are you like? What are you talking about? Like, let's focus on Xbox for a second. Let's focus on Xbox for a second, man. Never mind the never mind the chick, man. Oh, matter of fact, let me get the let me pop out the chat so I can see what y'all talking about. Let me pop out the chat so I can see what y'all talking about. Right? Let me pop out the chat. Right? All right, there we go. Listen. Shout out to Viper. Viper said, this is an asinine statement. When playing Control, if you use one-hit kills and invincibility, that defeats the purpose of the game. Yo, that's a fact, man. Yo, Requiem of Demons, what's good, bro? Uppercase J in the building. It is still beating the game. Listen, not with no, yo, shout out to Uppercase J, shout out to Jamil. You can't impose your own standards on others. No, you're right, you can't. You can't impose your standards on others. And I'm not. What I'm saying is, when it comes to these types of statements, it throws me off, just like within this gaming community, because as much as, like, I'm gonna use myself for an example, right? When I look at like devs that like put a lot of work into these games and do all these crazy things in these games, and when you look at people's expectations, right? No, you know what? Let me switch it up. When you look at people's expectations when it comes to games, right? People want the best graphics, they want this, they want that, the world's gotta be this, every mission's gotta be unique, if the enemy AI has to be perfect and unique, and no, people ask for all this shit in games and then play the games on easy? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. That's like asking for a big ass meal at a restaurant, but only taking a couple of bites and then asking for a to-go bag. Like, what the fuck? Like, why are you here? You should have stayed home and cooked if you was just gonna take 2 or 3 bites. And that's the part. That's what bugs me out is, you know, because, you know, Xbox is saying beating games on the lowest, whatever, right? But it's the community's expectations when it comes to gaming, but then how they approach these games when they get stuff like this is crazy. Returnal is the perfect yo. I am so glad that Returnal came out, because it did a wonderful job of exposing the gaming community. It did a wonderful job of exposing. I'm glad it did that. I'm so happy that it did that, because it did a good job of exposing crybaby ass gamers. Right? And the thing is this, right? Everyone's not perfect. I get that. Everyone has to get better. I get that. I mean, excuse me. Everyone's not going to be the best at everything. I get that. We get that. We all get that. Right? But what happened to actually trying to be good at a game? That's my whole thing, right? Let's go back down memory lane, right? Let's go back. Listen, I'm a dinosaur, guys. We all dinosaurs here. So I think these statements definitely not going to make sense to none of us, because we all dinosaurs. But my whole thing is this. When I think back to, again, when I was a kid playing games, and again, I'm using my experiences, and obviously, you know, Jamil is right. Jamil is right. You can't use your own experiences or standards on somebody else that plays games. I 100% agree, but I'm going to use my experience to explain why I disagree with these statements. You get what I'm saying? There's a difference, right? If someone wants to play games on easy, fine. But here's my thing: if you playing games on easy, do you deserve the best games? That's a conversation for another time, no. But listen, I think back to games that I wasn't good at as a kid, right? I think my friend, not even just a kid, I say a teenager. When I first started playing Call of Duty, I sucked. I was ass at Call of Duty. I was ass. COD Modern Warfare 4 online, I was ass. I was getting washed. Oh yes, I was getting washed. I stuck with it. I learned to drop shot, learned to jump shot, learned to strafe shoot. I was playing on 3, and then I upped it to 6, then I upped it to 10. Now I can't play a COD unless I'm playing on 12. I'm a beast. Y'all seen the gameplays. I'm a beast. Uncharted 2 multiplayer. Bro, once I got that fleet foot, I was that AK with the fleet foot, with the goddamn with the Sir Nathan with the Sir Nathan Drake skull skin. I was out there washing fools. You get what I'm saying? Like, listen, anything in life you're gonna have to get good at. Let's be real here, man. Anything in life you're gonna have to get good at. Anything in life. I'm sorry. I mean, maybe it's my you know what? Again, maybe it's my competitive nature, right? I'm a very competitive person in real life. I'm extremely competitive. Like, any games that I'm playing, man, if I, you know, Barry will tell you, man, I'm competitive, man. Me and Barry, when we play COD together, you know, I would be like, yo, man, I'm about to be on top of the leaderboard. He'd be like, nah, I'm gonna be on top of the leaderboard. You know, and then by the end of the game, you know, either I'm on top or he on top. Pause. He on top of the leaderboard or I'm on top of the leaderboard. You know, it's a competition. It's like a competition within the game. Like, I'm just competitive. Like, I'm very competitive. Even in like my everyday life, like I have a very competitive spirit. You get what I'm saying? So maybe it's me, but looking at this shit, this hearing and seeing shit like this, knowing where I've came from in gaming, this shit looks and sounds stupid as fuck. I'm gonna have to be honest with you guys. I'm not gonna sugarcoat that. Coming from where I came from in gaming, seeing shit like this, it looks and sounds and it's stupid as fuck. Like, I'm gonna be very, very blunt and very honest. It's dumb as fuck. It's dumb as fuck. Like, I don't know why shit like this is being said or even allowed. Because again, get good. That phrase still rings true today. Get good. Get good. If you don't know something on your job, right? Let's talk about people's careers. Matter of fact, yeah, let's do this. Let's talk about people's careers, right? Somebody in the chat, give me a career. Give me a career in the chat. Somebody in the chat, give me a career. Give me a trade or something that one of you guys do, right? Matter of fact, I got one. IT. Let's do it. Let's stick in around my IT. If someone wanted to get into IT, what would they have to do? What would they have to do?
NANI?
You know what they have to do? They would have to get good. In layman's terms, they would have to practice, study, and understand the work in order to be effective at the job, right or wrong.
NANI?
Artist. An artist has to keep drawing and keep drawing and keep drawing to get to be the best, right? Get good.
NANI?
Now here's the rebuttal for a lot of people, right? Because I just said that. Well, Persona, let me tell you what people's rebuttals. What I just said. Let me tell you what the rebuttal's gonna be for that.
Well, Persona, I gotta be honest with you, man. Yeah, that's true. You do gotta practice. You do gotta practice when it comes to being an artist or working in IT. But that's like real life. That stuff's important. You need that stuff so you can make money and have a livelihood. And you know, that's why that's important.
And I'm sitting there, I'm like, well, so you're competitive, or you want to get better at your work or your job, but you don't want to get better at your hobby? Is gaming your hobby? Do you really care about gaming? Right? Again, hobbies. Hobbies is another thing, dude. And it doesn't have to be gaming hobbies. People that fix cars, people that drag race cars, or people that collect pins or whatever. They get better cases and bigger cases and nice display. Like, yo, I'm a pin collector. I collect pins. Right? I'll post up my Actually, I think I posted. You know what? Let me check Twitter real quick. I'll show you guys my pin collection. How could this happen to me? Yeah, y'all wanna hear that song? How could this happen? This happened to me. Oh, that's my shit. All right, I'll show you guys my pins real quick. I think I posted a picture on Twitter. Did I? Let me see. Persona speaks pin. think I posted a picture on Twitter. I did. I did. Way back in actually 2020 actually. So yeah, I did. All right, hold up. I'll show you guys. So that's my pin collection. I actually got more pins than that now, but I'm a pin collector, right? I collect a large variety of pins, right? These are mostly Scotty Young's and Marvel pins and some DC pins as well, but I'm a pin collector. I started pin collecting in 2017, and this is my collection now, right? Once my collection started to grow, I had to get a better case, and it's a hobby of mine. Like me and my best friend, like we collect pins together. His collection is just as awesome, right? But you know, we had to get better cases. You know, had to make sure the pins were nice and clean, top notch, and do all these other stuff. That stuff takes like that's a hobby, right? And I want my hobbies to be. I want to be the best at my hobbies. So for something like this with my pins, I wanted a nice display case. This display case, I wanted a very nice display case. You know, I wanted them to be nice and shiny and clean and presentable. And it's my hobby. I take pride in my fucking hobbies, man. You get what I'm saying? And so I asked the question, is gaming your hobby? Do you want to get better at your hobby, right? And if you don't, then do you really have room to complain when shit don't go your way? It ain't your fucking hobby, right? Back to Returnal, right? People didn't like Returnal. Well, get good. I shouldn't have to get good. The game should be easy. Well, do you want to get better at your fucking hobby, or do you want the same bullshit, right? That's the whole point here, man. Listen. If you want to play games on easy for the rest of your fucking life and just, you know, not be challenged, whatever, like that's your life, man. Like I'm not gonna sit here and tell you need to change how you play games and live life. For me, like I say before, I ain't shit, right? I'm just some guy on YouTube that make videos and likes to make y'all laugh. And listen, I ain't shit. I'll be the first one to tell you I ain't shit, right? Like I'm really not. But my point is, I want to get better at my hobbies. Gaming is my hobby. Pin collecting is my hobby. I want to be the best at that shit, man. And again, maybe that's just my competitive nature, but is gaming your hobby or not? Wouldn't you want to get better at that? I'm really asking y'all that question too. Wouldn't you want to get better at that? Jamil said you're right. You ain't shit. Yeah. 100%. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I ain't shit. I agree with you. 100%. Even if you joking, I agree. I ain't shit. Who the fuck am I? It's all good. Let me get these super chats real quick. Yo, King Queso, man, appreciate you always, man. $5 super chat. He says, imagine you start a job and they train you, but you never improve outside of training. What you think gonna happen? Yo, King Queso, that's a fact though. What the hell you think they gonna fire your ass, man? If you're not adaptable with the that's a whole nother conversation, King Queso. But yo, I want to have a conversation about that one day too, right? Like a real man to man or person to person. Because I know some women watch me as well, so you know we got to be PC. But you know, person to person, I want to have that conversation with y'all one day, real life conversation when it comes to that type of stuff. Because you know, when it comes to a job, you do need to be adaptable. If you're not adaptable, what the hell you think is gonna happen? You're gonna cook. But see, a lot of people. But see, here's the thing: a lot of people, they want shit their way. Oh, I'm the worker, and listen, man. Go somewhere else with that bullshit, man. It should be like this and that. That's another conversation for another day. But King Queso, you're 100% right. They're gonna fire your ass. They're like, hey man, look, come on into this HR office real quick. We need to talk to you for a second. Is everything good? Just come on in the office. We'll talk to you. But I understand that. But is everything okay? Like, why do I have to go into HR? Will you just come into the damn office? I'm trying to fire your ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, man. Yo, just the guy, man, appreciate you. $5 super chat, bro. He says, this is Xbox being pathetic as you. Jesus Christ. This is Xbox being pathetic as usual. They don't understand gaming. No need to take this too seriously. This mentality is exactly why I switched. I mean, you've made the right choice. Welcome to next gen. I appreciate the super chat. Appreciate the super chat. You put another $2 super chat in there. I appreciate you, man. But yo, that's the whole thing. But see, let's get to the meat and potatoes. The meat and potatoes, right? The shorty, right? Like, and listen. Let me put the disclaimer. Let me, before I even start talking about this, let me put the disclaimer. I need to put this disclaimer clear as day. I am not attacking her personally or nothing like that. You know, I don't know this person, you know, so I'm not, none of that. You know, I don't play none of that. I'm only speaking on the gaming. You guys know I keep everything within the realm of gaming. We don't do no disrespect of anybody here. We're not going to disrespect Natalie either. Okay. We only going to speak on what she said here and my thoughts, right? So, you know, keep it civil, keep it respectful. You know, guys, we don't do that here, right? All right. So Natalie, let's talk. So she says, I have never played a game for review on anything but the easiest difficulty, and I never will. What the fuck? All right. And so, like, yo, when I read this, I immediately shook my head. I shook my head because shout out to Bari, man, because Bari said it best for me. Shameful, shake my head. This is why gamers and the media influence will always be disconnected. And I agree with this wholeheartedly, because it's like this. It's like this. On the easiest difficulty, you just playing for the story. Like, I know there's some games that even let you skip the entire combat, where it's just straight story. Like you do like walking around, you may do like minimal, bare minimum combat sequences, and like they hold your hand the whole way. And it's like, yo, how can you respect a review like that? It's like, yo, this is the, I don't know if you guys remember, this is maybe like 2 months ago, a month, maybe 2 months ago, but I put out on Twitter that you're going to see a split within this gaming community, and it's going to be real gamers versus everyone else. And that's influencers, gaming politicians, journalists, whatever. It's going to be real gamers. It's going to be gamers versus everyone else, because what's going on in this gaming community right now is a ripple effect, right? It's a ripple effect, because it's a lot of misinformation, it's a lot of bullshit, and it's a lot of fakery in this community right now, where it's like, yo, reviews of the bare minimum. Shout out to my boy Tony, man, but I gotta put him out here. You know, when he was on my show for an interview, you know, and he said he doesn't complete games that he reviews. Then there were other journalists that came out and said they don't complete games that they review, because they got deadlines and multiple games and those bullshit. Again, gamers versus everyone else, because this shit is this when you talk, and see, real quick, this is why I tell you guys, listen, man, I tell you guys, man, I know everybody ain't got it like that when it comes to disposable income and financials. I get that. But this is why I tell y'all, stop, don't listen to these reviewers, man, because it's not what you are looking for when it comes to a review. It's not what you are looking for, man. It's all fluff and bullshit. Right? It's all fluff and bullshit, man, because it's not about playing the game, getting good, seeing what the challenges are, giving your thoughts. No, it's about just la-di-da, sunshines and rainbows.
Oh, look! It's a rose over there.
It's all this bullshit, man, just for the sake of just getting the review out, bro. That's like, for me, that's that is disgusting. I am so sorry, bro. That is disgusting, man, because a lot of reviewers or journalists, they have said this. They got like 2, 3, 4, 5 different games that they need to complete. So, you know, they rushing through, and that shit, I'm so sorry, guys. That's just disgusting to me, man. Like, I look at stuff like that, and that shit, it really disgusts me, because I'm sitting there and I'm like, where is the integrity with this shit? Is this your hobby or your job? Like, what the hell? Like, what? You're doing a review and you are doing the bare minimum. That is a disservice to your readers. That is a disservice to your audience, in my opinion, of course. In my opinion. This is just my opinion. But it just feels disingenuous. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, bro, is this the shit we have to pick from? Come on, man. Like, can we put just a little bit more effort? Just a tad bit more? Can we up the difficulty to normal for the review? At least? Like, what? Like, where are we at with this shit? Where are we at with this? Because it's disgusting. It really is disgusting, bro. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, what? Sometimes I don't even know how to approach it, because I'm like, I have to, when I seen, because Bari had retweeted this, so this is how I saw this. I wouldn't have saw this as Bari retweeted, so shout out to Bari. But when I seen it, I just shook my head, because I'm just like, another reviewer that's doing the bare minimum. Another reviewer that's not giving it their all. What happened to giving your all at your job? Just to hell with it being a hobby, just your job. Because, this is your job first. Why the bare minimum? I played the game on the easiest difficulty, so I can't really tell you about the AI and all this, but it was a fun game. The story was great. What are you really writing? Like, what are you really writing about? Listen, man. Like I said before, it's gamers versus everybody else when it comes to the community split. The split. One side is gamers, the other side is everybody else. And it doesn't have to be this way. It doesn't. But there has to be integrity brought back within this industry, brought back within this community. The lack of integrity is staggering. And it's going to be one of the downfalls of a lot of this shit when it comes to gaming, because everyone's too scared to really speak how they truly feel. So I asked the question, do you really care about the hobby of gaming? Shout out to Jamil. Yo, Jamil, if you want to come through to the chat, man, give your thoughts, man. I would love to hear your thoughts, man. I don't know if you are chilling with the wife and the kids and just listening, but if you want to give your thoughts, let me know. I'll hop in the Discord. But it's just staggering, bro. It's the shit like that that's really gonna hurt, that's really hurting this industry. Again, and all of this is from my perspective, man. Like, listen, some of you may look at this and say, I'm not really seeing it, so it's not that big deal to me. Like, and that's fine. That's perfectly fine. I'm just putting my thoughts out there. You feel me? Like, it's just me. These are my thoughts, right? That's how I view it. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Appreciate y'all. Like I said, impromptu show. Impromptu show. Nah, definitely no standing down. Just a guy. It's just from my perspective, how I'm seeing a lot of this stuff. It's a lot of misinformation. It's a lot of agendas. It's a lot of bare minimum work. You know, if we took this out of the realm of it being video games and just work, you ain't doing like, you for those that work, right? I think we all have that one person at the job that don't do shit. They come to work every day, but they don't do shit. And then you wonder, how the fuck do you still have a job? They don't do anything, or they do the bare minimum. It's either they don't do anything or they do the bare minimum. And it's like, what do you do all day? That's what it looks like. 'Cause it's like, I'm playing games on the easiest difficulty for reviews, but so you doing the bare minimum for your fucking job? Like, who the fuck that? Like, that's how it's. But see, that's what I'm saying. That's how it sounds when you take it out of the realm of gaming, right? Because this is the problem, right? A lot of people, they like to say, "Oh, well, it's just video games. It's not that serious." No, fuck that, right? Let's take it off the realm of gaming, right? Let's just look at it from a employee job perspective. I play on when I'm reviewing games, I play on the easiest difficulty. Let's translate that into actual work. I do half-ass work. I do half-ass work at my job. That's what it translates into. I do half-ass work. That's what or I do the bare minimum. Not half-ass, let's change it. I do the bare minimum for work. Take it off the realm of gaming. Take it out of the realm of gaming. Take it into an employee. Take it into the workforce. The same sentence in the workforce. You see how bad that sounds? But see, a lot of people, they're gonna tell you, "Oh, it's just video games. You're taking it too serious. It's not that big a deal. It's just a review. It's just my opinion." No, it's the fact that for a lot of reviewers, they do the bare minimum and then they put that shit out there. And these are the type, and you know, we've had this conversation before too, guys, where I told you the game journalism and media, they have a very tight grip around this gaming community right now. It's actually quite scary. They have a very tight grip around this gaming community where, you know, they can put out these crazy articles or put out these crazy reviews and really sway public opinion about games. It really is crazy. They can affect the success of a studio because of their fucking review. That shit's scary. That stuff is scary. Well, let me up Jamil in the chat. That stuff is scary, man. Yo, just a guy, what's up, man? Lee says, "Do you want to debate The Last of Us 2 ending?" Hell no, I ain't debate that shit. Not at 9:45 at night. You out of your mind? Hell no. First of all, I ain't debating no Last of Us 2 with you. Just a guy, go somewhere. Thank you for the super chat, but hell no.
What's up?
Yo, we got the great uppercase J.
All right, here we go with the smoke blowing.
The great uppercase J, one of the greatest debaters that I have ever come across in these gaming streets.
You're far too kind.
But yo, Jamel, man, I appreciate. I know you with the kids and the wife, so I appreciate you taking a couple minutes. Give me your perspective, man, because I'm interested to hear your perspective on this, man. You got the floor, man. Talk to us.
All right, so I want to preface this by saying that I'm a gamer that plays on the hardest difficulty in everything I play. I can't play anything less than the hardest difficulty. That's just me, me personally. So for the profession, I'm 100% with you with how these reviewers are. Like, I read reviews. Well, I don't even read reviews anymore, but I would read reviews or watch reviews for the sake of knowing what I was in for personally, for what my experience was going to be. A lot of times I play these games and I'm like, oh, this game was way more fun than what they said it would be. But that's because I find fun in a challenge. But I also know that everybody doesn't have the same standard as me as far as what fun is. Like, I'm agreeing with you on a lot of the stuff you're saying, but I think it's levels to it. Like, I don't know if you saw me in the chat kind of going in on the pen collecting, right? But like, you got a nice pen collection, but some people go harder than you. Like, they'll go out the country trying to find particular pens. So they'll look at you and say, "Are you really into this pen game like I am?" You know, I know you're a competitive dude. I know you love your shooters. Like, you really are good. You're one of the best dudes I know personally on the Call of Duty game.
Now you blowing smoke on my ass.
But I'm saying, that's why I said personally. Hey, that's why I said personally.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
But you know, I don't see you at tournaments. So, you know, and I'm a competitive person, but I know I'm not that level of competitive when it comes to gaming. I don't want to go and play professionally or nothing like that, but I like to try to be as good as I can possibly be. I look at all of that as levels, but on a career level, on a career aspect, these dudes got to stop playing on easy, because they're misrepresenting what the experience is going to be. Now, if they want to talk about story, you might want to get through as much of it as possible, and I understand that part. But to say, well, the gameplay is, it's like this or like that, but you're not playing on the hardest difficulty where you can say, well, the AI reacts like this, or you have to employ this kind of strategy to get to this part. Yeah, I don't like that. I'm never going to play on anything beyond easy if I'm reviewing a game. That's, nope.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, man. Like, and that's why I said, because a lot of people read that and disregard it, because they'll say, oh, well, it's video games. Because, for some reason, a lot of people in this community are afraid to speak up about their hobby. Like, is this your hobby? Is this what you care about? It like it seems like people are scared to care about gaming. You get does that make sense when I say that? Like, because it's gaming, so they're like, oh, gaming still has like certain stigmas to it. Like, we all are fat, and we all, ain't got no kids on the way. And it's funny because a large portion of my audience, you included, have wives and kids, and y'all are gamers. It's like, so that stigma's out the window, and it's just like, but a lot of people are scared to speak up on it. I ain't scared, man, because listen, I've always stuck by my guns. Fuck all that. But my whole thing is, when it comes to the from a job perspective, like an employee perspective, it sounds like I do the bare minimum at work. That's what it translates to me, right? And that's why I say, put gaming to the side. Just read the statement as if you were an employee, an employer reading someone's resume, and they put some shit like that on their resume. I do the bare minimum at work. Are you going to hire someone like that? Is that someone that's a good worker? Not to me.
So that's why a lot of these people, they making their bread and butter outside of these major gaming companies. They freelance because nobody really center their gaming review department around somebody like that.
Yeah.
They could. But I think that a lot of this discussion, maybe not so much on your part, but like, I'm loving how the chat is going right now. I've never been as fired up in the chat before. But like, I think people are kind of conflating the levels of it with, okay, professionally versus as far as a hobby goes. Like, a lot of people are going in on what Xbox said about it. And that's the part where I don't agree. Like, there's somebody in here right now. Jeremy said it. And I agree with him on a personal level. Challenging is fun for me, right? But some people will play a game for leisure to relax. Being relaxed and just experiencing something like that might be their idea of fun. The same way, you brought up sports, and I'll look at somebody like, I mean, you can't say somebody, okay, let's say you play a game of 21 at the park. That's fun for people. I hate 21. I used to play basketball. I'm not playing. I don't want to play 1-on-1. I don't want to play a game of 21.
Yeah.
I don't want to shoot around the world with you. Let's play 5-on-5 the way basketball is intended to be played, and I want to see how you play in that. How do you play off your teammates? You know, do you know how to move the ball around? Do you know how to move to different spots and not stand in one spot and just ask for the ball all day? How good are you beyond just having the ball in your hand? That's important to me as a basketball player or as a baseball player. I play baseball. I could look at people that play softball a certain way, underhand softball. But I enjoy it all. I played underhand softball, but it's nothing like hitting a fastball. It's nothing like hitting a curveball to me. But I understand how, you know, those things that I feel are a little bit easier might still be fun. So I can see why, you know, and I understand. See, okay, people who follow, whether it's PlayStation or Nintendo or Xbox or whatever on social media, we are a different breed of gamers versus your average gamer. So a statement like that is going to piss us off, but it's not pissing gamers in general.
No, my whole thing with the statement with Xbox, I mean, you know, I'm always going to get at Xbox.
I know.
But my whole statement with Xbox is you don't see anybody else doing that, right? And, you know, like the way, so all right, so for example, the way other people are going about it isn't so blatantly disrespectful, right? Because, you know, the way Xbox approaches this, like, we're gonna baby you and coddle you, and you can play 10 games at once, and you would play on easy, that means you're still a star, and all this stupid shit. What PlayStation does, they make their platinums more achievable. They add in the collectibles videos with the PlayStation 5 to encourage more people to play and complete games. They make their platinums easier to get. Right? Do I agree with that 100%? Yeah. No, I don't. But it's to get more people to complete and finish games. You see how both are essentially the same things in theory.
Yeah.
But the way it's gone about being done is PlayStation, the way they play, and I'm not just saying this because I'm a PlayStation fan. I'm a PlayStation fan too. I'm not just saying this because I'm a PlayStation fan. I'm really making the point of PlayStation is going about it in a more respectful way to gamers, even to those that may not be as good as game. Because if I was playing games or easy, or if I wasn't as good, I would see that Xbox shit, say, what the fuck is, like, at least that's how, if I was playing games on easy and doing shit like that, I would be like, yo, what the hell is this? Like, why'd you tweet this? But PlayStation, Ratchet and Clank Platinum, super easy to get. All the collectible videos right there on the, you know, like things like that. More innovative in the games to get people into the games. What is Xbox doing to get people, even the ones that are playing on easy, to complete those games?
Well, you do know that since the I'm starting to wonder if this was on 360. I know that it was on Xbox One and it still is on the Series X. It's built into the achievements. You read an achievement and there's a button where you can get help, and it'll take you straight to like guides and videos.
That was 360?
No. It was definitely on Xbox One, but I feel like it was something on the 360 too, but I don't think so. Maybe I'm wrong, but oh wait, was there? I don't remember. That was so long ago, but I know on Xbox One they had that, and they still have it now because I do it every blue moon when I'm going to just grab a couple of achievements. They had the guides on there.
Okay.
So it's the same way. I think it's a little bit more built in with the PlayStation 5, and it used to be built in on Xbox One when they had some of the apps, and you could snap them to the side, but they don't have that anymore. So yeah, it's better on PlayStation when it comes to that, but they still have it on Xbox.
Yeah, well,
it's built in that way. I think that the tweet though is just not knowing their audience. I don't think they understand who follows them on social media or who's paying attention to them on social media.
Yeah, they definitely don't, because shit like that, I'm like, normalize playing 10 games. Playing games on easy is still beating the game. Who are you saying this stuff for or to? Who? Like, who is this really for? What demographic? It's just like those people, like people like to use the fact, like, you know, like one thing I hate about some certain people in this community is people like to use handicapped people. Like, oh, well, you know, what if a handicapped person, you know, they're playing on easy, you're disrespecting them. First off, a handicapped person will be the first one to tell you, don't fucking don't baby me.
Yeah,
Don't do. If anything, you're disrespecting handicapped people by thinking they aren't capable of playing a game on a difficulty higher than easy. That they're not
Facts.
able to play a game without getting their hand held. How many articles and shit do you see of handicapped people or disabled gamers beating Demon Souls, Dark
Right.
Souls games, and doing all these incredible things? This
Playing with their toes.
trust me when I tell you, bro. I remember this is a couple years back. I was watching a video of some COD player. He was whooping folks' ass with playing with his feet.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
And I'm like, are you really like that shit's like, I'm being honest here. That whole easy and accessible, that shit's not for handicapped people. I'm telling you right now, that shit's for lazy people. Lazy fucking game. Yo, I'm being honest, bro, because handicapped people ain't on Twitter and all these different places crying about this shit. No, all that, being able to see the collectibles through walls and on Last of Us and all these crazy, with Psychonauts and the invincibility and all that shit, that's not for handicapped people. That shit's for lazy gamers. All that stuff they put in those games are for lazy gamers. People who don't want to play the game, but gotta slump through the game for fucking reviews and all this. That's just for lazy gamers, man. I'm being honest, bro, because I don't know no handicapped people that are complaining about games accessibility. I don't see that shit. I don't see that shit nowhere. It's lazy gamers who don't want to finish games. Shit's disgusting.
And I got an example that's more on a personal level for me, because like I was saying, I agree with you on everything you're saying on a personal level, because I like to play my games on the hardest difficulty. So I'm with you there. But I'll take a genre that I'm not good at.
Mm-hmm.
Fighting games. I'm not good at fighting games. Never have. Never will be. For whatever reason, my brain can't interpret or hold on to those combos. Now, I can remember some of the craziest stuff you can think of just in anything, even outside of gaming. But for fighting games, I cannot remember or do combos. I don't know why. Right? So I actually like fighting games, but because I'm so trash at them, I don't play them. Right? But I still see them as fun. But the moment that learning curve hits me and it gets beyond my realm of comprehension, it stops being fun for me. So that's like the only time I can really relate to the idea of difficulty kind of hindering the fun factor for me. But like everything else, my wife would tell you, like she was laughing at me one time because I was playing, I forgot what game it was, because she was asking me about it just the other day, but I was playing something. Oh, it was Demon Souls, right? I was playing that. I never played a Souls game before. But I played that game and I'm like, what the fuck? I can't figure this out. And it was, next thing you know, I was like casually talking to her and playing the game and kept dying. And then she walked out the room. And when she came back like 3 hours later, I was in the same spot, linked over, controller in hand, staring at the screen. Like she couldn't even get my attention. But I was having fun playing. And I'm like, I'm stuck. I can't figure out how to beat this.
That challenge. You love that challenge.
Yeah.
Man.
But in a fighting game, I don't like that.
Yeah.
I want to play, like, I just want to have fun. I just want to smack some people up and do all, and if I can figure out how to throw a fireball, that's great. But I don't want to play, I don't want it to be too difficult for me.
Yeah.
And that's like the only genre. So I can get why some people might just want to play it for fun and play on easy, but so I kind of understand both sides.
Yeah. No, I get it. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, like I said before, I ain't shit. I'm just a guy with a YouTube channel that just likes to talk about the things that I think when it comes to this gaming industry and community. I really ain't shit. So a lot of people will probably listen to this and go back to playing every single game on easy. Cool. My whole thing is, I'm competitive. I would want to get better at my hobby, or be better at my hobby, or be, get good. I like to get good at games. Like I really do. I'm super competitive. That's just me. That's just my nature. It is what it is at the end of the day. But when it comes to people asking for, oh, I want this game to be super incredible and have this and the bells and whistles and the AI's got to be this, that, and the third, and then you play on easy, that's a huge disservice to yourself, in my opinion. But again, who the fuck am I, right?
Yeah, you ain't nobody.
Oh man, yo, Jamel, I appreciate you coming through, bro. Give me your thoughts, man.
No doubt, man.
Yo-
I'm gonna let you have the floor. This your shit.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you, bro. Always, man. That was Jamel,
All right,
man.
man.
Jamel needed to make his own. I keep telling him he needs to start putting out some videos, man.
That it's too difficult for me. I
Nah,
wouldn't
I know.
enjoy it.
I know.
I wouldn't enjoy it.
Especially with it, like, you're a family man now, man. You're a
It's
family
different. My
man.
bed- Look, I'm about to open my bedroom door now. You go hear her screaming, but she's having fun. Screaming.
Yeah.
And she's
Mhm.
oh, she's nah, never mind.
Yeah,
All
once-
right, man.
All right, bro. Later, bro.
All right, later.
Yeah, man, that was Jamel, man. Shout out to Jamel, man. Appreciate him coming through, giving his thoughts. Yo, shout out to everybody in the chat too, man. Guap, what's up, Guap? Guap said, lazy journalists that don't want to put the work in but want to cash a check and have 75 Xboxes in their Yo, Guap, you funny, man. Yeah, man, listen, that was the show, guys. I really wanted, like I said, there's a couple things I saw on Twitter today. I wanted to talk about it, pertaining to gaming in the community and industry. Like I said, these are just my thoughts. I ain't here trying to, disrespect anybody or anything like that. It's just my thoughts. This is how I feel. If you don't agree, that's perfectly fine. But I hope you can disagree, but still have an open mind and understand, somebody else has a difference of opinion from you, right? But listen, man, it's late. It's 10 o'clock. I'm about to chill out for the night. I appreciate y'all coming. Oh shit, I hit the wrong button. Oh my god. Oh. Yo, I hit the wrong button. I hit the wrong button. Refresh. Like I was saying, man, I appreciate y'all coming through. Round of applause for the folks in the chat. Yeah, man, I appreciate y'all, man. Shout out to you, King Queso, Alex, Sinister, Jamil, appreciate you coming through. Jeremy, Cooper, Guap, Andre. I know Ice Queen was here. Star Guardian, everybody. I saw Requiem in the chat. Shout out to all of y'all, man. Like I said, impromptu show. I might do another show tomorrow, too. The difficulty's so high here. Yo, that's right, I hit the wrong button. I might do another show tomorrow, depending on the type of news come out. But if not, Saturday morning, What's Up PlayStation Podcast with myself and Barry. That's gonna be a really, really good show. Y'all not gonna want to miss that. It's a lot of good news to talk about. But yo, listen, I appreciate y'all. Please be safe. Enjoy the rest of y'all night with y'all families and your loved ones. And man, listen, I'll see you guys next time. Also, man, make sure y'all check out Barry's podcast. He did a show. Let me put the link in the chat for y'all. He did a show, Comic Books to Movies, talking about the last episode of Loki. So it's a spoiler show. So if you haven't checked it out, definitely check it out. It's a good episode of Loki. The last episode of Loki is really good. And also check out Barry's show. I'm gonna be listening to it while I play some Monster Hunter Stories too. Ooh, I'm about to go chill for the rest of the night, play some Monster Hunter Stories too. Listen to this Comic Books to Movies podcast from Barry. It's a good night. With that being said, guys, please be safe. I'll see you guys next time. It's your boy Persona, and
I'm a PlayStation fan too.
I'm a PlayStation fan too. And what?
Respect my time. I got a wife and kids.
Respect my time. I got a wife and kids, and we out. Peace.